This is the Mayor of Blacktown. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2013, and of course, everyone is beginning to settle down as a result of the capture of one of the so-called terrorists of the Boston Marathon. Yeah. And as the investigation has unfolded, one of the things that has been exposed is the fact that one of the terrorists, if not both of them, but the oldest of the two brothers, was indeed on a so-called FBI watch list as a result of Russia, the country of Russia, notifying the FBI. Yeah. Now, this is indeed a fact, but once again, it shows the absolute lunacy and hypocrisy of the racist American government, because Blacktown.net and of course Mayor of Blacktown, we declare that the YouTube channels that I've had that have been suspended because of my powerful message against feminism is a result of a COINTEL type of program, and blacks should be fully aware of what COINTEL is. The COINTEL program, counterintelligence program of the 1960s by J. Edgar Hoover, a cross-dressing homosexual. Yeah, that was exposed decades later. But the fact of the matter is, the FBI was also part of the conspiracy to destroy Marcus Garvey, and of course, J. Edgar Hoover was part of that. So black people, you all should know about what the COINTEL program is and was. And I say is because it's still in effect, and it has had the effect of seeking to stop our men's movement. Yeah, COINTELPRO has had the effect of seeking to stop our men's movement, but don't you all find it strange that while COINTELPRO is trying to stop the rise of the black messiahs, you can't stop, or they can't stop, people who they have already admitted was on their so-called watch list. Think about it. What's the whole point of you watching them? I mean, think about it. COINTELPRO, the FBI, they can stop the black man, but they can't stop the very people that they are supposedly and are supposed to be watching. Yeah. Think about it. How many times have we heard this before about all of these people that were on the so-called watch list? Yeah, and I would not be surprised if after hearing this video, they say, oh, we've got to stop putting it in the media of who was on our watch list. Oh, dear God, America is a sick, hypocritical, rotten, and rancid country. And of course, black people, we have fought and we have sought to expose the hypocrisy, and that's really what democracy is. When the sick people, the sick politicians and government officials emerge, we have to fight to get them out, and not just vote them out, but you gotta fight democratically to expose their contradictions and their hypocrisy. Unless and until the government itself decides that they want to kick somebody out, like they did with Jesse Jackson Jr. Yeah, people. Yeah, you see. Oh yeah, and they also got rid of Governor Rod Blagojevich and another Illinois governor, George Ryan, and Thompson, and many others. Just retarded, ridiculous and retarded. Yeah. And then the other people who are supposedly on their watch list that they are watching, I mean, what's the whole point? Because it didn't stop the Boston massacre. Yeah, the Boston Marathon massacre didn't stop anything. But they sought to stop our men's movement, and they've sought to stop me from exposing feminism. And I recall my first YouTube channel, I made a video about Queen Latifah, and I talked about how Queen Latifah was a modern icon of black feminism and how black women were recruited out of our Afrocentric movement and to only become icons of feminism. And now we see, lo and behold, Queen Latifah is an avowed lesbian. Wow. Yet how did Queen Latifah start out? She started out because black men put Queen Latifah, we exalted Queen Latifah, beauty and respectability and majesty. That's why, and that's where she had the term Queen Latifah, Afrocentric title and name, yet she got recruited into feminism, and now she's a literal lesbian. Oh dear God. Somebody didn't like that video. Yeah, and it was taken down immediately, and it was a very popular video, but it was taken down. I did another video about Queen Latifah, and I talked about, and I showed her Afrocentric albums. I didn't play her music, didn't play any music, so they couldn't claim it was copyright infringement. But I showed the album covers that she made and how they were Afrocentric, and how Queen Latifah was an icon of black beauty and black power. Yet she became a feminist icon. That video got taken down. I remember that. I was back in what, 2007, maybe 2008? Yeah, my first YouTube channel, MM Mayor. Yeah, and there was no reason for that. There was no reason for that. So this gender war is a war with principles and principalities in high places. Yeah. And they are very hypocritical. Just, they take pride in being hypocrites. Yeah. Yeah. Condoleezza Rice. She was the so-called, what, Secretary of State under our Bush. Look what happened on her watch. September 11th. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened on her watch. And I believe they had, I believe, a Senate hearing or a Senate investigation, and she got scolded. And I remember her testimony and how she just was showing her teeth, like she was grinning like a Cheshire cat. So I'm just letting you know, people, that this gender war is real, and we are at war with principalities in high places. COINTELPRO is real, but they're hypocritical because the very people that they are supposed to be watching, they ain't watching them, and it ain't stopping a damn thing because they're so busy trying to stop what I'm doing. Yeah. They are so busy trying to stop Blacktown.net, the church for men only, and our crusade to expose and oppose feminism. Yep. Yep. And now it is becoming very, very, very obvious, typified by the fact that this so-called terrorist who was on a FBI watch list wasn't being watched and was responsible for blowing up the Boston Marathon and, of course, having a shootout with the police, both he and his brother. But that's more proof of the witchcraft of feminism. This is the mayor of Blacktown. Amen.
We declare our right on this earth to be a man, 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 to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary. By any means necessary. By any means necessary.
Have you forgotten that once we were brought here, we were robbed of our name, robbed of our language. We lost our religion, our culture, our God. And many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our mind.
We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine